The church pew exercise is an exercise that I came up with in 2010 after EMG studies. The objective was to find exercises that made muscles turn on without conscious thought. This is an excellent balance exercise. It's also a nice way to identify hip strategy versus ankle strategy. It has been published and it's shown that patients with total knees have improved their time up and go just by doing the church pew exercise. So the way you do the exercise is we have a chair. The reason why we call it a church pew is that we say in church we got the pew here. Allison's calves are lightly touching the back of the chair. Hands can be in whatever position you want them to be, and Allison's going to sway back. So it's controlled sway. She sways back as far as she can go so she doesn't let her toes come up. And then she's going to go forwards, and she's going to sway forward as far as she can go without the heels coming up. So you're going to control that sway. If patient's toes come up very quickly, it's indicative of tight psoas. If patient's heels come up very quickly, it can be indicative of tight gastroc Achilles. So it's also a nice evaluation to see whether you're an ankle strategy patient or a hip strategy patient. But the nice thing about this is that if you have somebody that is walking and their body line is very forward, right? They're tight in their Achilles, their soleus is going to be inhibited. So you're going to have a patient, mostly in geriatrics you see this, that their body and center of gravity is forward. Well, what we want to do is we want to train them for swaying back, and then as you sway forwards, you're controlling that so they don't go all the way there. So when you ambulate and you strike your heel at initial contact, and as your body is coming forward to mid-stance, you're controlling the center of your body's gravity through the soleus muscle, and this church pew exercise is ideal for it. It's the only exercise that will facilitate the soleus to control forward trunk lean, because that's what the soleus does. The soleus doesn't plantar flex the ankle. Functionally, it controls the trunk. We'll keep going with that also. We'll talk about this. Sway back and forth for 1 minute. Couple of sets. Remember to do your mobility exercises before. Do your mobility exercises of your thoracic spine. Do your mobility exercises of your hips. Then do your stability. Mobility for stability. Then control mobility. Then skill. Right? Motor control. Try this out. First, you got to get the patient in the position. Then you're going to have them work out of that position. This is a huge advantage of this balanced program, is that we're working both facets of mobility and stability, not just working on getting patients to be stable. Try the church pew. You'll greatly see it enhance your stability and gait.